Hi, Chris. Thank you so much for talking to me today.
Oh, so good to be here, Alexis. I appreciate the opportunity.
Awesome. So, Chris Herzog is our new Shalom Mountain Board chair, and we are going to sit down right now and introduce you a little bit to the community, tell them who you are and a little bit of your story. So, I'll ask the question that I ask most people in these chats, which is, how did you first come to Shalom Mountain? How did you learn about it? And then I'll remind you of the second parter if you need it later. But why do you keep coming back?
Oh, okay. Excellent question. Actually, my spouse had been coming to Shalom for about 8 or 9 years before I attended a retreat, and I really saw how transformational the work could be. And when I was ready, I attended for the first time in about 2017. So I keep coming back because the work has also been transformational for me. I've been able to address issues through the Shalom process that I simply had not been able to confront in any other way, really. And I have found that by continuing with the work, I am able to reach more deeply into the core of who I am and to really understand better how to care for myself and how to care for others.
That's beautiful. That's wonderful. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. Uh,
Yeah.
and then your relationship with Shalom changed because you began volunteering. So how did that start?
Ugh. Quite frankly, I was asked. I
Yeah.
connected with a leader who noted at the time that the pro justice team was looking for volunteers. And
Mhm.
I care a lot about that particular issue. I care a lot about how transformational the Shalom process was for me. And I want Shalom to be a safe and welcoming place for everyone who's ready and able to do the work.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for all of your work on the pro justice team and in various ways to Shalom Mountain. But now you've entered a new phase, which is board service. So tell us about that.
Well, again, it was something that another leader in the community suggested in a very informal way to me. And I knew that I wanted to be able to give back to the community that has given so much to me. And there are so many ways to volunteer, really. I don't see myself cooking for retreats at the mountain. I'm certainly not qualified to be a process leader. I'm not able to relocate and work as staff. I don't have computer design skills. I don't have plumbing or construction or groundskeeping skills. I'm not a lawyer or an accountant, but I do have experience with board work. And so I thought that volunteering my time through the board would give me an opportunity to help shepherd the community forward into the next decade, really to ensure that future generations have access to a process that can be life-changing so that it's a valuable place that my kids can come to, that my grandkids can come to, you know?
Yeah. So I'm hearing you say use your existing skills and passions and plug in where you can.
Mhm. Absolutely. Yeah.
That's cool. So now that you are, it's 2025, tell us as board chair, what is the vision of the board right now?
That's a really good question as well. Thank you for asking that. At our retreat last fall, at our board retreat, we came to a statement that we felt really resonated for us collectively. And I just like to share it directly right now, if you don't
Please,
mind.
yes,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
So the vision for the board is around creating transformational spaces of compassion where all people who are ready to explore a journey of consciousness can find community, love, and embodied emotional healing. So
Beautiful.
that's sort of our course for the next couple of years anyway.
Yeah, I love it. We need it in these times.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. I'm so glad to have you here today and telling us what the board is working on. I know when people come up to the mountain for a retreat, they're not necessarily thinking, What is the board doing? So this is a really lovely way to connect that larger long-term vision with everybody on the ground who shows up and comes up and does their transformational work on the mountain that we're so blessed to have. Any last thoughts that you would want to share with us before we say goodbye?
Yeah, I think Shalom Mountain and its staff are largely supported by a group of volunteers who do share their unique skill sets to contribute to what I believe is a vibrant and growing community. And we're always in need of more volunteers willing to share their time and talent. So if anyone is listening to this and you have talents that you can share, even if you have a few hours here and there to contribute, please reach out to the mountain and let them know what you might have to offer. It takes an entire community really to support the success of a community like ours. I had not thought about volunteering until a community leader asked me, right? Uh, so I'm asking you to think about volunteering, about sharing your time and your talent. And even if there isn't really an ideal opportunity for you today, in the months and years to come, there might be. So I encourage everyone to consider joining us in our vision and mission.
Thank you. So, I hope that if you're listening to this, you are inspired by the yeses that Chris shared from their own experience of being asked. And if you were sitting there and waiting to be asked personally by somebody, Chris just did. So, get in touch with Shalom Mountain. You can email us, call us. I'll put the contact information somewhere very close to this video so you can find it. And Chris, again, thank you for your time and your yes to this video.
And thank you, Alexis. I appreciate it.
Okay, talk to you later.